The episode opens up with Iron Man's stubborn ass sitting inside the Avengers Tower alone and wondering if any of his friends need his help. As he flips through footage of the Avengers fighting against their own enemies, Jarvis tells him that he can call his friends and ask them to meet him. However, he insists that the Avengers disbanded for a reason, and he does not want to disturb anyone since Earth does not need saving anymore. Just as he turns to Captain America's footage, an alarm goes off, which Iron Man thinks is strange since Cap is more than capable of dealing with a few shitty Hydra soldiers. This is when he notices Red Skull standing in front of Captain America. He thinks that this is impossible since Red Skull was dead, but Jarvis confirms that he is still alive. He asks Jarvis to pinpoint the coordinates and heads off to help his friend. When Cap notices Iron Man heading his way, he tries to assure him that he has things under control just as Red Skull pulls out 2 guns. He shoots out a beam which causes Captain America to disappear. Confused, Iron Man asks Jarvis to run a scan on the Hydra soldiers and realizes that their tech is hardwired to their nervous system. When Jarvis tells him that they are ready for an attack, Iron Man launches missiles aimed at the Hydra soldiers while he goes in to attack Red Skull. To his surprise, Red Skull has gotten more powerful, as well as he manages to breach Iron Man's armor. With him on the ground, Red Skull tells Iron Man that the reason why he has failed Cap is because he depends too much on his tech. Iron Man tries to get up and launch another attack, but Jarvis reminds him that they are at 20% functionality. All of a sudden, Jarvis detects a portal opening just as MODOK appears in front of him. MODOK uses its powers to neutralize Iron Man, and Red Skull reveals that MODOK has been helping him. Not long after that, the two of them disappear through the portal after MODOK tells him that they have everything that they need. At this point, Iron Man realizes that it is time for him to reunite the Avengers again. He reaches out to Hawkeye first, who thinks that Iron Man is joking, but when he notices the Avengers waiting for him, he realizes that shit is more serious than anticipated. At the same time, Iron Man reaches out to Agent Wilson and calls him back to the Avengers Tower, along with Thor and Hulk. Thor and Hawkeye take the Avenjet to the tower when something smashes into them. While Hawkeye tries to pilot the jet, he tells Thor to take care of the threat outside. As Thor opens the jet's door, he is not surprised to find Hulk's dumbass hanging on the side. Annoyed, he smashes into Hulk, and the two of them plummet to the ground fighting. Hawkeye interrupts their fight and tells them that they have more serious matters at hand. Once the 3 Avengers reach the tower, they are greeted by Iron Man, who reveals that he has handpicked a new group of Avengers who are going to help them avenge Captain America. Once the Avengers leave, Black Widow watches them fly away in Avenjet and comments that the distress call she had received from Iron Man had not been a mistake. Iron Man tells the rest of the Avengers that Jarvis scanned the particles left behind Red Skull's portal and has found that they are in Antarctica. Meanwhile, Red Skull talks to Captain America's shield and mockingly claims that he has managed to outlive the greatest Avenger. MODOK tells him that they need to get back to work, but Red Skull reminds him that he is not in charge. Suddenly, an alarm goes off, alerting them that Iron Man is on his way. Surprised that the Avengers are already on their way, Red Skull makes preparations to fight the surviving Avengers. On the Avenjet, Hawkeye and Hulk get into an argument over his bad breath. Angry, Hulk hangs Hawkeye upside down outside the Avenjet. This is when Hawkeye notices an automatic gun aiming towards them and manages to warn Iron Man just in time. As Thor jumps out of the jet to tackle the missiles headed their way, Hawkeye shoots his arrows through the missile. However, before Iron Man can safely land, MODOK takes over Avenjet and mocks him by saying that he will take over anything that he invents. With the Avenjet out of his control, Iron Man tells everyone to brace themselves as they prepare to crash. As soon as the Avenjet blows up, the Avengers take a smaller jet to escape. As soon as they land, Hulk and Hawkeye get into another argument. Unbeknownst to them, Black Widow lands and starts assessing the situation, and realizes that things are worse than she could have imagined. When the Avengers ask Iron Man what his plan is, he tells them that there is no plan other than destroying anything that belongs to Red Skull. As they get attacked by Hydra soldiers, Hawkeye tells Iron Man that he might need to rethink his strategy. Before he can respond, MODOK takes control of his suit. However, Black Widow intervenes and manages to save the day by using a flash bomb. At the same time, Red Skull contacts MODOK and tells him that it is time. MODOK and the Hydra soldiers begin retreating as Black Widow confronts Iron Man and tells him that he needs to let go of his solo act and include everyone in his decisions. He confesses that he is unable to track MODOK, and Widow suggests that they should try tracking Red Skull using chemical scans. As soon as he runs the scans, he realizes that Red Skull and MODOK are inside the tunnel and rushes to reach them, leaving the team behind, proving that Iron Man really was shit at leading. Inside the tunnel, he breaks through a wall and enters a room where MODOK is working and notices Captain America's body tied up. He realizes that Captain America had not died but was teleported. Once he frees Cap, he is surprised when Captain America turns around and hits him with his shield. With his guard down, Iron Man goes down. Red Skull begins talking and reveals that he switched bodies and is now controlling Cap's body since his own was damaged by the super serum. Iron Man turns to Plan B as he uses his powers to cause a complete blackout. This causes all of the Hydra soldiers' weapons to stop working. With no power around, Iron Man falls to the ground since his suit is no longer working. Red Skull begins laughing and goes to deliver another blow when Captain America, who is now in Red Skull's body, uses his last bits of strength to push Red Skull away from Iron Man. Captain America tells Iron Man that this was a stupid move, but Iron Man is not worried as Agent Wilson, also known as Falcon, flies into the tunnel and attacks Red Skull. Once all of the Avengers gather around, Iron Man tells them to keep MODOK occupied, while he fights off Red Skull and, with Falcon's help, manages to get him into the body swapper. Once Captain America returns to his own body, Red Skull begins laughing and says that he now knows what he needs to do to win against the Avengers. MODOK then activates a shield around Iron Man and Red Skull that breaks Iron Man's armor and attaches it to Red Skull. Red Skull, who now calls himself Iron Skull, takes MODOK with him and disappears. Before he loses consciousness, Iron Man makes Captain America promise to avenge him as well. The Avengers rush Iron Man out of the tunnel, but find that their ride has been destroyed by the Hydra soldiers. Luckily for them, Black Widow comes to the rescue once again with her car and manages to get everyone back home safely. With Iron Man's condition getting worse by the minute, Cap and Falcon take him to the medical center in the Avengers Tower. Once they defibrillate him, Iron Man recovers and asks Jarvis to activate Mark 50. When Jarvis tells him that it is not ready yet, he insists on it. Meanwhile, Red Skull tells MODOK that the only way to end the Avengers is by killing them before they have a chance to recover. MODOK reveals that he has sent a surprise for the Avengers. Back in the city, a swarm of Microtech enters the Avengers Tower. On the other hand, Iron Man tells the Avengers that Mark 50 is a new and improved suit of his. However, to everyone's surprise, he claims that he is going to disband the Avengers again. Hearing this, the disappointed Avengers begin to leave. Thor and Hulk find themselves in their old fighting arena and agree to fight each other for old time's sake. While they are fighting, the Microtech flies into the arena and manages to enter Hulk's body, causing him to lose control. At first, Thor tries to fight him off, but when the tech enters his body as well, he too turns evil as he begins to cause destruction. The two of them burst through the roof and reach Black Widow and Hawkeye. Widow realizes that something is wrong with the two of them, but before she can do anything about it, the tech enters both her and Hawkeye's body, causing them to start shooting at each other. Inside the control room, Captain America confronts Iron Man and asks him why he is sending everyone away. Iron Man confesses that he could not lead the group and has realized that the mess he has made with Red Skull is his responsibility. Cap and Falcon try to make Iron Man change his mind, but they are interrupted by the fighting below them. Red Skull and MODOK watch the destruction from outside, and MODOK tells Red Skull about his puppeteer Microtech. When Iron Man sees the destruction outside, he sends Falcon and Cap out to help the others. Just as they reach outside, he realizes that MODOK is using Microtech and tells the two Avengers to leave, but he is too late as the tech enters their body and turns them against each other. Iron Man then locates MODOK before taking him down. Then he uses an electric shock to kill all the bots inside the Avengers body. Once everyone returns back to normal, Iron Man leaves Hulk to deal with MODOK while the rest of them rush inside to find Red Skull, unaware that he has sneaked into the arc reactor chamber and has planted a bomb. Once Iron Man locates Red Skull, he pulls the team together and tells them to attack Red Skull using their unique attacks. With him surrounded, Red Skull covers himself with a shield and tells the Avengers that it is not over before disappearing through another portal. All of a sudden, a loud boom causes the entire building to shake. Iron Man realizes the reactor is going to blow up soon, and he needs to come up with a plan before the entire city blows up. He tells Thor and Falcon to create a tornado around the building, while he tells Hulk to launch the arc reactor through the vortex. Falcon realizes that his plan is to send the reactor out to space to blow up and save New York in return. He does as he is told while Thor jumps into the arc chamber and launches the reactor into the vortex before hitting it with a beam and sending it out into space. Under the Arctic Ocean, MODOK tells Red Skull that they should come up with another plan to take the Avengers down. But Red Skull claims that the only reason Iron Man succeeds is because he has a group of powerful people helping and decides that it is time for him to call on others and get help. This is why he sends out holographic messages to all of the villains and asks them to join his cabal in its quest to take the Avengers down. Back in their building, Iron Man tells the Avengers that they need to live together and train together to be able to take Red Skull down since he is building a cabal of his own. Once all of them agree, he takes them to a new Avengers Tower where they will be living together until the day Red Skull decides to strike again. With the Avengers back again, Jarvis informs them of an attack on the Wall of China, and once again, the Avengers head to China to save the world. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos, and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.